Welcome back to my channel. As always, I am very excited for today's video, and this one is extra exciting because I'm going to discuss the habits that I'm changing to feel and see my desired results to become the best version of myself by 2025. So in the last video, I discussed my nutrition habits, and in this video, it's going to be all about my current workout split. Now, before we get into this, if this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Samantha, or Sammy for short, and I'm a certified personal trainer as well as a weight loss specialist. So if any of that is of any interest to you, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be informed when I upload all of my future content. You can also go ahead and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Sammy for short. Now, with all that being said and out of the way, let's jump in to the video. So I always have to start off with my why. And as I discussed in the last two videos, this year I have just fallen into many unhealthy habits and fallen out of healthy and good habits. I have then noticed that this was leading to gradual weight gain and excess fat over time. And so I personally just do not feel, nor do I look like the best version of myself. I have been becoming sluggish and tired and much more lazy in my typical day-to-day life. And I couldn't continue to live this way and continue to let things get out of hand. So let's go back to how I was kind of starting when I was feeling this way and kind of what caused it. So kind of as the summer was ending, I was personal training, bartending, and I was in a musical. Not only that, but I was back-to-back doing 2 musicals. All of these things which take a large chunk of my time. Because of this, I ended up limiting my workouts to about once to twice per week, which was a stark difference from my prior 4 to 5 days a week. I was also now cooking less and eating out more, all of which caused me to honestly gain about 10 to 15 pounds of fat, which is what I'm now working on losing. So my first 2 weeks starting up, I really just wanted to get into a flow. It wasn't going to be going straight back into my 4 to 5 days a week, since I obviously had decreased to 1 to 2 days a week. I decided to take it nice and slow and just get in the habit of moving my body. So for the first 2 weeks, I was more so focused on my nutrition as opposed to the exercise. I was still very mindful of trying to move my body more, but obviously I wasn't going to go from 1 to 2 workouts straight into 4 to 5 a week. It just wasn't going to happen like that. I had to ease myself into it. So for the first 2 weeks, I decided to ease myself with the workouts, and I was mainly focusing on my nutrition, which again, you can go see in my previous video about what I was doing for that. However, I was aiming to do 1 to 3 workouts per week, meaning 1 upper body day, 1 lower body day, and then 1 more cardio-based day, usually in form of line dancing. Sometimes it would be a walk. And this slow process just allowed me to ease myself back into training so that I didn't ultimately lead to burnout. So then going on week 3 and now week 4 is where I have really made a concrete decision to fully change the way I view moving my body, and I'm really enjoying where I'm at with it. So around this week 3 mark, I decided to start changing the type of content I was consuming via YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, books, all the things. And I also started to surround myself with people who have more similar goals to me and a similar mindset to me. Just a quick shout out to my friend Vanessa. I feel like she's going to be a very big game changer for this now that we're starting to hang out more again, and we have a similar vision for where we would like our lives to be. I have always been a firm believer that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and as well as the content that you consume. So changing these little things around me had drastically shifted my mindset into one that was craving a healthier lifestyle. Then I decided to switch up my workout routine. Now, I will put a disclaimer, each week does look a little bit different for me. It just really depends on what I've got going on. I am a personal trainer, I have my business, I have my YouTube, I'm a mom of a kid who's in sports. Had auditioned for 3 shows, got into 2 of them, turned both of them down actually, but then agreed to choreograph for one of the shows that I turned down. My life's a little hectic. So each week looks a little bit different, but for the most part, these are the general rules I would like to follow in my workout week. 2 non-negotiables is 2 lower body strength training days in the gym. That will be a glutes and quads focus day and a glutes and hamstrings focus day, because I am still very much wanting to build my glutes, and I very much enjoy working lower body. Something that is changing for me from my old workout 5-day workout routine is instead of separating upper body into a push day and a pull day, I just want to do 1 full upper body routine, honestly just focusing on lighter weight. Then I'll also do the treadmill on those days as well. I'm not really looking to build my upper body too much, And I know a lot of people will say if you build your back, it'll make your waist look slimmer. I have such a small torso that building my back, though I loved doing it for a while, and I think it was important, it did start to make the appearance of me being wider because I was building the muscle, and I have just such a short torso that if my back was big, the rest of me looked big. So personally, I'm just going with lighter weights with upper body, just really maintenance. I like my arms. I don't have much going on in my upper body in terms of fat, so I'm not really trying to tighten or like build too much muscle there personally. Something that I chose the worst season of the year to want to implement this, but I am going to try and do at least one hike a week. I've gone on 2 in the last 3 weeks. I will say I was supposed to go on a hike today, and that did not end up happening, but I am okay with it. I'm giving myself grace, but I'm definitely just going to start bundling up and going on hikes. Ideally, again, trying to do it at least once a week from here on out. As well as I also want to include 2 to 4 walks per week. I was going to say walk every single day. I don't know that that's going to be realistic. However, I know I can get it in 2 to 4 times a week, whether it's walking my son to and from school, going on a walk around the park near my job, just walking around the neighborhood. I've been incorporating a lot of walks in the last couple days and I've loved it. And then this one is also going to be different for me. So usually in my 5-day workout split, my 5th day would be a full body functional training day at the gym. And I'm still open to doing that, but I also wouldn't mind incorporating more Pilates. I think I'm leaning toward putting more Pilates workouts in place of my full body functional day. I'm open to like kind of going back and forth on either of those. So it's either, they're both full body workouts, but it's either going to be Pilates or a gym like dumbbell workout. And then I want to do yoga and abs 1 day a week. Abs I'm already getting in through all my other workouts, especially Pilates. Then just like a little mini like ab workout before I do a solid day of just like yoga and stretch and really just having an active rest day. And then I'm also having 1 rest day a week. So what a kind of general rundown of that would look like for me, I'm going to go over the last 2 weeks of workouts that I've done. So day 1, Monday, was a glute and quad workout. So that consisted starting with dynamic stretching. If you've seen my TikToks or my other YouTube videos, you know my dynamic stretching, my warm-ups. I usually do just 1 round of 30 seconds of each stretch. So I started with some hip openers, hip circles, whatever you'd like to call them. You're just bringing your knee up and opening out to the side. Next, I did leg swings. So I started going forward and backwards, and then I went lateral, so kicking out to the side. And I did about 30 seconds of each of those on each side. Then I went into a low lunge and a runner's stretch. Again, 30 seconds each leg. And then I ended it off with a squat to a forward fold. So just really stretching through the hips and the backs of the leg. Then I went into my movement prep. Now this is still part of the warm up, but now these are just body weight or light resistance exercises that are prepping your body for the movements that you'll be doing. That I usually do, again, 1 set for 45 seconds of each exercise. So I started with some walking lunges. Then I went straight into some body weight squats, and I ended it off with single leg step ups. And for those, instead of 45 seconds, I did 10 on each side. Nice, slow, and controlled. Then we get into the resistance portion. Now this workout, I just happened to get the Smith machine that day, so I used the Smith machine for the entire workout. What I started with was Smith machine squats. I did 4 sets of 10 reps, and I just had about 75 pounds. After that, I went into some single leg step ups again, but this time it was weighted with the Smith machine. I did 3 sets of 8 on each leg with 45 pounds. Last Smith machine exercise, I did Smith machine Bulgarian split squats, 2 sets of 10 on each leg, and then I ended the workout off with a leg extension 1 round for as many reps as possible, and my legs were killing me. I personally love that workout. I remember feeling it for days after, and it just felt so good. And I haven't like really felt my lower body workouts like that in a very long time. And I think it's partially that I've switched up what the routine was, but also that I just have a better mindset around working out. Instead of just doing it to do it, I'm doing it for a purpose and for a goal. Now let's go into day 2, Tuesday, which was my full upper body day, and a walk. So that was really the day that I made it a conscious choice to start walking again. I had been falling into the habit of napping every day after work, and normally I would just nap Tuesdays and Thursdays because I go to work at 6 a.m. and get off of work at 11 a.m. So I take a little nap so that I'm not tired throughout the day. But it had started getting in the habit I was napping every single day, which is not good and it's not normal for me. But on this day, I remember I went to go take a nap and I like just sprung up and told myself, no, like it's a nice day. I need to stop dreaming about the body I want and the life I want and just start now and go take the action steps to get there and go for a freaking walk to better myself both mentally and physically. So I ended up bundling up and going for a 20-minute walk around the neighborhood and I felt great. Then later that night, I ended up doing my upper body workout routine. I don't love working out at nights, but it happens. That's when it kind of fell into my schedule that day. And as I've mentioned before, I have no goals to build my upper body, so I'm just working towards maintenance. Therefore, I'm lifting light to moderate weight and only perform upper body 1 time per week. So I started with a warm-up on the treadmill for 10 minutes at an incline of 12 and a speed of 3. Then I did some dynamic stretching, and I was not able to film this part because I was on the phone with my coworker Jeremy. I forget what we were even talking about that night, but I'm sure we were talking about some drama or something. I have no idea, but I did not get to film the stretches that day. If you follow me on TikTok or seen any of my other workout videos, I do kind of the same upper body stretches almost all the time. And from my recollection, I'm pretty sure I did a PVC stretch, a cat-cow, up dog to child's pose, and an all-fours twist. Then I went into the movement prep. Again, everything was run around for about 45 seconds each. So I started with push-up negative. So you start in like a high plank position, drop all the way down to your stomach, push back into child's pose, and then come back out into plank. This is really beneficial for push-ups because it's actually putting you through every single motion of a push-up to eventually help you get stronger at it. Then I went into actual push-ups, and it's much harder for me to do actual push-ups once I've done push-up negatives because I've already started to exhaust my muscles a little bit. Then I went into a banded pullback, keeping my arms nice and straight and just pulling the hands back, squeezing my shoulder blades together. Then I went straight into some banded curls, keeping my elbows tucked into my sides, curling the hands up towards my shoulders and straightening back out. And then I went into assisted pull-ups, assisted dips, and assisted chin-ups. Now, I used to be able to do all these exercises. Well, I could never do pull-ups unassisted, but I was able to do about 6 chin-ups at my best when I was much more consistently doing upper body and practicing towards that goal. Unfortunately now, because I do it less and I am heavier than when I was doing it before, I am unable to do chin-ups unassisted. That is a goal I want to work towards again. I'm able to do dips unassisted, but I only do about 3 of them, so I did them assisted so I could get a couple more reps in for this. And then really quick, I'm going to throw in a clip if you haven't seen it on my TikTok already. The sweetest girl came up to me. She didn't know that I was done my set and like coming over the camera anyway, so she went up to my camera and just left me the sweetest message, and then we started talking and she was super chill. And it's stuff like that. It's like things like that that make me love the gym so much because there's just like such an awesome community of people to be around.
I just wanted to say that you're doing so good, and I was watching you the whole entire time. Oh, I didn't even realize that was you!
But anyway, after all of that for the warm-up, then we go into the resistance training. So I started with a row. I did 4 sets of 10 reps at 90 pounds. Then I went into a chest press, 3 sets of 12 reps of 40 pounds. A cable pushdown, 2 sets, 15 reps of 20 pounds. And then a cable curl, 2 sets of 15 reps at 15 pounds. And I was super tired during this late night workout. And so I, again, wasn't lifting heavy again because it's not a super big goal of mine. But I was also just like really oddly tired. And I'll get kind of into that later in the video. The next day was Wednesday. It was Blackout Wednesday, which if you don't know what that means, it's the night before Thanksgiving where everyone goes out to the bars near their hometown and gets blackout drunk. I don't because I don't really drink, but I still like to go out because it's a fun night to be out. So me and my friend Vanessa went line dancing, which was my cardio for the day. It's a major workout if you've never line danced before. If you take it seriously, you can get a good sweat on and a killer workout in. But I will be honest, since it was so crowded that night, I didn't stay as long as I normally would have, and I didn't dance as much as normal, but I still got a good bit of movement in, and it was fun. Then Thursday was Thanksgiving, so I'd already planned on not working out that day. However, I was able to get a quick walk in, and the way I did that was by convincing my son to go with me by having him play Pokemon Go. So that's like a little life hack if you're a mom trying to get your kids to walk and they won't do it. And I was also very tired and sluggish to say, which yes, could be chalked up to it being Thanksgiving, but I didn't really eat that much. I was just so sluggish and tired, which leads me into when Friday rolls around, I got my period. This had explained so much why I was so tired, why I was bloated in all of the videos I was filming for you guys, and why I gained weight specifically within that week. And to be honest, I knew it was coming. I am always very in tune with my body, and I have a general idea of when I'm going to be getting my period anyway. So I already, like I said, knew it was coming. However, this meant that my full body functional dumbbell workout was not going to happen, as I have to listen to my body, and on certain days you're not going to be able to lift as much and you're not going to be able to do as much, and that's okay, especially when you're a woman and you're going through these cycles. However, I did end up going on a hike with Vanessa, which was super cold, but it was really nice regardless, and we got like some Starbucks afterwards to warm us up. And then I did actually unexpectedly go line dancing that night too. It wasn't on the to-do list. I didn't think I was gonna go since I had gone Wednesday, but a friend of mine had reached out to me and asked if I was going, so I decided why not. So this got my steps in for the day as well as the hike, and again, it's one hell of a workout. I literally stayed there from like 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. So needless to say, I danced a lot. And then that Saturday I was going to do yoga, but the day had just gotten away from me since I had ended up having my son until 2 that day, which is not normal. Normally he's at his dad's, but they switched days that weekend. And then I ended up going out afterwards, which lasted a lot longer than I thought, so I ended up not getting a workout in that day. But again, I was already on my period anyway. I didn't need to be doing too much movement, which then led into Sunday. So Sunday was the last day of my period, which meant I wanted to give myself that rest time anyway and just let it ride out, since I had done so well, I feel, the whole entire rest of the week. This was also the day that I went to go see the new Wicked movie with my family, which, side note, is an absolutely amazing movie. Obviously, if you haven't already seen it, you need to. But I was like an absolute wreck. As a theater girly myself, I was an absolute wreck after seeing this movie. So in no way, shape, or form was I going to work out that day. This leads into Monday, which was essentially me just picking back up where I left off. So I had only been able to get my glutes and quad workout in on the week before that I just mentioned to you, so I decided to do my glutes and hamstring workout on Monday. Now, I do not have footage of this week's workouts because I'm running out of storage on my phone, but this week has been killer and I'm starting to feel like myself again. I'll post like a little clip here of what a recent lower body glutes and hamstrings workout looks like for me. This is pretty much what I did on Monday. On Tuesday, I did my normal full upper body routine that I've already showed you, as well as the treadmill per usual. And then I also did a little bit of dancing that day because I had to submit a dance video, because like I said, I'm going to be choreographing for a musical, and I had to submit basically an audition video to try to become the choreographer. Then lower body, I did my glutes and quads workout that I already showed you earlier in the video, which left my legs and butt absolutely on fire. Then Thursday is when I decided to try Pilates for the first time in a long time, and it was so good. It hurt so bad, but it felt so good at the same time. It was the 30-minute full body at home, no equipment Pilates by Move with Nicole. I've heard of her stuff before from Live Fit, and I absolutely loved this workout. It was insane, and I didn't know that it was going to feel that way. I loved the burn and the challenge that I was putting on my body and challenging me in new ways than I have done for myself with my normal workouts. So I'm definitely wanting to make this a weekly staple for a while.
Fuck. To some extent.
Why is this already hard?
This is a great way to warm up the whole entire body. Let's try. On exhale, thread your arm through the right, coming down onto your left shoulder. Really over
sorry if the
through
tape
your
pops
left
out.
shoulder.
Oh my god. I used to make my clients do pulses all the time. It was awful.
4. You can do it. Keep drawing your navel.
Oh my god, I'm still doing it, and it sucks.
3 more.
I mean, it's great. It's a great feeling, but I haven't felt like this
And last
in a long
one.
time. Oh my god.
Now for our
Then Friday, I ended up taking the day off of work to prep for this YouTube video, which I'm now filming on Saturday, as well as just cleaning around the house and getting my life together. But I did end up going to Vanessa's house, and we learned some line dances. And then I went line dancing last night. And then here we are today. So today I was supposed to go on a hike, however I ended up being out much later than anticipated last night. And then I had work and the day kind of got away from me. So I did not end up going on a hike or doing really any type of physical activity today, but I'm totally fine with that as I've done so well the rest of the week. And I just have to say, I've said it so many times throughout the video already, but I have not felt this good in such a long time. And I am so excited to be getting back into a regular routine. And I know that this regimen, as well as eating at home more frequently, eating out less, is going to help me tremendously with reaching my goals for 2025 with this glow up challenge. And if you enjoyed this video and want to continue to follow along the journey with me, then please give this video a thumbs up. Comment below what you would like to see from me next. And if you would like to try your own glow up challenge, then be sure to check out the link in the description below for a free glow up tracker on my website. And that's it. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go, but before I do, I want to remind you all to stay positive, be active, and most importantly, do what keeps you healthy.